Huh. Привет, Olga. Glasnia, Glasnia. Alrighty. Time to get in the mood and play some Fatal Frame. Yay, no gore, just haunted stuff. That's right. This is Fatal Frame. You play as a young woman who must go through a specific haunted place. Usually it's a forest or a temple or a hotel, and you have to catch spirits through your camera. So this is one of the games that made me fall in love with photography. And also, I mean, it kind of ties things together because I originally started photography as a ghost hunter, which not many people know. We got some cool stuff. We got bitten by mosquitoes and got nothing sometimes, but this combines everything right here. This little package. This is the 5th game out of the series, with the 4th one being called something else. I think it was called like Frame Zero or something like that. Alrighty. And now we shall start. Following content has been added. 20th Anniversary Digital Art Book. The art book can be accessed from the title menu in the game. Art book. Oh. Okay, it looks like I can't stream this for you directly from the PS4. Then we shall return to title screen. Bandai Namco is a little bit weird like that. Let's go to options, camera sensitivity. We're gonna up a lot of this. Let's bring this up to like 80. Motion sensitivity is a little bit poopy. Alright, we're gonna go there. I think that'll be it. Let's start the game. Yep, Jill has been here before, Olga. Set the brightness so you can see the ghost face at the end of the arrow. Ooh, I don't like this brightness thing. It's like turning up the gamma or something like that. Well, we'll put it right there. Lurking in the deep. Miyu Hinazaki. Prologue. Spirited away. In the vicinity of Mount Higami, people have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. One such girl is Miyu Hanazaki. She awakens to find herself in an old, half-flooded building. Oh, that's what it looks like when I'm underwater. Because my hair is always covering my face. Oh boy, I'm feeling the vibrations of the controller right now. I have to get out of here. I have to find a way out of here. And people wonder why I don't like going swimming. There's a light at the end of the corridor. Maybe there's a way out of that way. They're chasing after me. I have to get out. Ooh, there's a run button. Here we go. I run so cute. I miss the old days. Wait, what? Okay, just the camera. I thought I already had the camera gun. Hop and a splash. you, Inazaki has disappeared. No one could hear her cries for help as she was sealed into the shrine. That mountain is where the events of this story takes place. We follow the fates of three people. You, Yuri, Ren, and Mew. It's a terrifying tale of the supernatural. Lurking in the deep. First drop, a vanishing trace. Yuri Kusakata. Shadow reading. Among the residents of the village at the foot of Mount Hikami, a certain unique ability has been passed through the ages. This ability, known as shadow reading, enables the user to view the shadow or trace of someone lost in an explicable circumstances. This is not unlike the psychometry practice elsewhere. Yuri Kusakata accompanies Hisoka Kurosawa, a woman who possesses the shadow reading ability, to an abandoned inn on Mount Hikami. Since Yuri could come in time become talented at shadow reading, Hisoka takes her along on an assignment.
I thought that I'd be scared of death. But I can't even cry. I am alone. In the end, I am alone. I will end it all. Alone.
Yuri?
Huh?
What we're looking for should be in here. This is an excellent chance for you to take the lead. Here, take this.
Ah.
This is a Camera Obscura. It will let you see the unseen, including the clues that will help you find what we're here for. This is your opportunity, your first case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll do well. Let's start with a little practice. It works exactly like a normal camera. Give it a try. Just hold up the camera.
Oh, motion controls. Oh man, I can even do that.
The Camera Obscura photographs the netherworld, a whole other world separate from our own. That world that we see through the lens is not unlike the afterlife. Make sure not to draw too much interest in the things you see. If you aren't careful, you might be drawn into the netherworld yourself. changed. It wasn't exactly lucky, but it never used to be like this. Take this. It's a
Post-mortem
token.
photograph.
It will help lead you to what we're looking for. Now don't panic, but be sure to stay on your guard. Go on and head inside.
Oh, damn, this is cool. In snap photo mode, you can like... How do we go up? How do we go up? Just fly around like this? This is crazy that they would add this right into the game so you can take really cool little screenshots. And this isn't like a reward for a clear game sort of thing.
This is a post-mortem photograph. It's not just a normal photograph, it was taken to mourn the dead. It's why Ren sent us here. But it seems that this photo came from somewhere around here, and he wants us to see whether we can find any more.
Boards have been nailed to the windows. Some light is seeping in through the cracks, but the inside of the building is still quite dark. There's a heap of scrap wood at the end of the hallway. The water must have washed it down here. There's a hole in the wall. I can see the next room over. It looks to be just as flooded. This game is so detailed. It really is beautiful the way that immerses the player into the world of the game. Oh yeah, I totally agree. Fatal Frame's always a very pretty game. Once stuff starts getting pretty heavy, it's a very difficult game too. Ahsoka, you just don't mind if spirits are everywhere? There's a big hole in the wall leading to the pond. The light from the sunset is reflecting off the water, illuminating the room in an eerie glow. Yo, Bam!
Yuri, wait. I can sense something. It's called a trace. A shadow of the past. The token is showing you the way. These traces can lead you to the right path. Let's follow that shadow.
Are we following that shadow, or are we going to get the shiny? Man, we're getting the shiny. An old dusty book has been left in the hallway. Maybe someone dropped it. Mount Hakami has been long considered holy ground. For centuries, people have been drawn to the many sacred shrines and places of worship, as well as the natural features such as the I think that's supposed to be Twilight or Twilight Twilight Peak and the Pond of Purification, which has themselves been treated with great reverence. The mountain was also popular with tourists and mountain climbers for the beauty of its abundantly clear waters and ancient mysterious forest. Worshippers and hikers alike used to find rest at Ichiru Manor, a hot spring resort near the foot of the mountain. Now the inn lies desolate, devoid of visitors. The mountain never recovered from a devastating landslide it suffered many years ago. The shrine road to the summit was cut off and flow to the water throughout the mountain was altered. Landscape. New roads that were under construction had to be abandoned, and Ichiro Manor was buried under a slew of rocks, resulting in numerous fatalities. Among those lost were the family of Ichiro Manor's proprietor, efficiently putting an end to the business. Mount Hikami's days as a tourist destination were no more. Instead, the mountain gained a notoriety as a suicide spot. Perhaps because it was traditionally a destination to which the dying would venture. The mountain's now a place for those wishing to end their own lives. By extension, it has also become a place for thrill seekers interested in the occult. Thought I saw something spooky right there. Was that a shadow of the past? Tutorial, echoes of the past. In places where the traces of the past are very strong, you may be able to view echoes of the past. Photographing them will earn you photo points, which can be used to upgrade the cameras.
Maybe it's in this room. It appears we need a key. Try using the Camera Obscura.
When you look around through the lens of the Camera Obscura, you may notice it reacting to objects which are not normally visible. Lock on and photograph them to expose places or items that they have a connection with. Find the locations from the photographs and you may discover some clues there as well. Yeah, it was just there. Okay. There's a light coming from the closet, and there's a doll on top of the chest drawer. This might be where the key is.
Yuri, you go on ahead of me and look for the key to the door. I'll wait for you here.
Oh. Let's do that one more time. I think I saw floating feet. Maybe it was my imagination. Now. Alright, I'll get better at that. Taking pictures of a ghost salaryman. Use the spooky key to open the spooky door.
Somewhere in this room. Take a look around. Hold on. There's something there.
You can bring those items back to this world by photographing the place where they were taken from, with the correct angle and position. Focus on the item by tilting the viewfinder with the L1 R1 while holding the L2 and then pressing the R2 button. book. We shall read knowledge.
This is what we came here for.
Huh.
We shouldn't stay here any longer than we need to.
You're right.
Let's head back before it gets dark.
Okay.
Yuri, searching for objects like we did just now might be easy, but searching for people is much more difficult. Psychometry allows you to see the psychic imprint as a shadow. Never follow after the shadow of someone who's been spirited away. You might end up seeing something you wish you hadn't.
Did she just teleport or something? Maybe taking more photos will exercise it for good. Fighting Ghost. Photograph a ghost weak point to deal damage to them. The capture area, the rectangle in the center of the screen, is your area of attack. You cannot take photos if you are out of film. Spirit fragments. The spirit fragments break off when the ghost takes damage. After a time, they are reabsorbed. Photograph the fragments before it happens. Tutorial. Targets and shutter chance. When 5 or more targets in view, taking a photo will knock back the ghost. The capture area will go red during shutter chance. Keep adjusting your position so that you have at least 5 targets, including ghost and spirit fragments, in view to trigger shutter chance. frame in fatal time. When the capture area flashes red as a ghost is attacking you, you can take a fatal frame shot. You need to capture a ghost mid-attack. Apart from the knockback effect, fatal frame shots trigger fatal time when you can take photos in close succession without using film. Fatal frame shots are very useful when spirits are too close due to trigger shutter chance. Attack range and attack power. The Camera Obscura only has an effect on ghosts within a specific range. Ghosts that are too far away will not take any damage. The bigger the O, or the circle, the more damage the camera will deal. Get closer to Ghost and find more powerful shots. Oh, there you are. He doesn't look scary. He looks adorable, like Billy from Hocus Pocus.
I shouldn't have brought you
Oh,
here.
that's such a good movie.
I am alone.
Dream again.
Mr. Hojo? Hisoka came by a little while ago.
Oh, Hisoka. What does she want?
She found the photo book.
She did?
Yeah, here, take a look.
about shadow reading from Hisoka. Yuri used the ability to retrieve an album of post-mortem photographs from a ruined inn on Mount Hikami. The album was requested by a certain Ren Hojo. As Ren awoke from a bad dream, he found himself tormented by uncertainty. Was it really a dream? Or a suppressed childhood memory? This question has plagued him for some time. Man, I just missed too many goats. A vanishing trace. The following additional content has been added. Past protagonist costume sets. It can be assessed from the costumes. Normal outfit. Oh, this is the outfit from the twins from the second game. Crimson Butterfly. That game was hard. I think this is from the third game. Cutesy Goth Ensemble, 1,000 points, currently at, or there are not enough. Swimsuit, don't have enough for the swimsuit. We'll go for that next. Maid's hairband, you can go for a hairband, a white lily, black lily. In this cage ring. It has been several days since the incident at the inn. Hisoka is out on a case. A young girl comes up to the shop and finds a worried Yuri. Yuri is given a missing person case. Something Hisoka forbade. Should probably read these things really quick. Herbal medicine. We got like 10 of those. That should be fine. Sacred water. We got 5 of those. We should be fine. Cleansing flames that remove wetness and taint. 5,000 points for 1 lantern. What? Mirror stone. A black stone that revives you when you die. Old film. It has lost most of its power to exorcise ghosts. Old film. It is not effective at exorcising ghosts, and it takes time to load. Sanctified film that loads quickly. Can only be purchased once. A lens that allows you to experience spiritual phenomena. I don't have that type of points, so hopefully next time. We are on a missing persons case. A few days have passed since Yuri's introduction to shadow reading at the abandoned inn. Since then, Hisoka has gone off somewhere and hasn't returned. Yuri worries for Hisoka, but isn't sure how or where to start searching. As she sits waiting at the antique shop, a girl named Fuyuhi Himono shows up, claiming to have enlisted Hisoka to help her find a missing person. I need a studio and a shop like that.
Excuse me.
Hello?
I'm looking for Hisoka Kurosawa. Is she here?
Oh, I'm sorry, but she stepped out.
My name is Fuyuhi Himino. I've been waiting for her to tell me if she could help me find someone. I still haven't got a reply from her.
You're looking for someone?
She might have gone to the mountain. Mount Hikami.
Mount Hikami.
Someone told me that they saw my friend there. It's an infamous suicide spot, isn't it? I don't know why Haruka would go to a place like that, and without even saying a word to me.
Don't worry. As soon as Hisoka gets back, I'll tell her.
No, that's fine. I can't wait any longer. I'll go look for her myself.
Huh? Come back!
Hisoka left a few days ago and hasn't been back. Maybe this is what she's been working on. Hisoka's room's upstairs. Maybe she left some clues as to her whereabouts. A book about Mount Hikami was lying on the bookshelf. It seems to be about the rumors surrounding Mount Hikami as a site of spiritual activity. How does a place become famed for suicide? As more people die, the place will gain a reputation, and people are drawn to these spots out of desire not to be alone in the end. Interestingly, these suicide spots are rarely known as hot spots for spiritual activity. This is what makes Mount Hikami distinct from the others. It has both a tradition of suicide and has long been associated with ghost sightings. Then there are the so-called Maidens of the Black Water. It is said that if you are found by one of those maidens, they will lead you to your death. Those caught in the maiden's gaze never again leave the mountain, or so the rumors go. There are also tales of specters on Mount Hikami, who relive their own deaths. Those who do not die in accordance with the local practices become cursed, forced to relive their final moments for eternity. Many of the people who have been kept from the committing suicide on Mount Hikami claim to have seen a maiden, or one of those looping specters, and felt a strong compulsion to kill themselves. Perhaps it is because of these stories of the maidens and ghosts that the mountain continues to be a popular spot for those looking to take their own life. The Deathly Mountain. Mount Hikami has long been feared to be haunted in the past. Haunted. In the past, it was said that sleeping with one's feet facing the mountain was taboo. Watching the sunset behind the mountain, too, was believed to invite forth beings from the netherworld. Today, the mountain is said to call those fascinated by death. Countless rumors abound the people spirited away to that cursed peak. They are said to venture to the mountain alone, leaving behind no trace of themselves. Some say the bodies of those who vanish can be found at the bottom of the lake of the departed, on the mountain summit. Since becoming a tourist destination, the prevalence of such frightening tales did seem to diminish for a while. Even so, despite its fleeting status as a tourist hotspot, Mount Hikami is yet to shake its reputation as a cursed mountain, a place of death. Today, it has become a popular place at which to commit suicide. I have heard similar stories to this before. Dark, but interesting. I betcha. I think Russia must be filled with a whole bunch of ghost stories. Maybe like Mount Kalat. Or the Devil's Pass. The wall of the house next door is just visible through the frosted glass. Settings. Display and sound. Let's see if we can get the, no. Voices are shared with the music. I'm gonna see if we can make the voices a little bit louder. A pretty kimono hangs on the rack. There's nothing of interest in here. You gotta love the architecture in this game. She really likes traditional Japanese style. A tobacco tray and an accessory case sit on top of a low chest of drawers. The tobacco tray is also being used as an accessory case. Classy. Book? Nope, nothing of interest. A folder reading lost items sit on the desk. Client, missing item, diary, token, photo of the deceased. Details, locate mother's diary. Client seeks info on their late mother. Relates to a deceased individual. Apply caution. Results, the caretaker of the deceased has burned the diary at her request. Client, missing item, storeroom key, token, photo of the deceased. Details, locate storeroom key. Item may already be lost. Token and item belong to deceased. Apply caution. Results, item located had been hidden by client's parents. Return to client. Client, missing item, diamond ring. Token, rings box. Details, client seeks lost engagement ring. Requested fiance not to be involved or notified. Date of wedding soon approaching. Results, found on the client's desk. Was an obvious place, but somehow eluded the client. Client, Ren Hojo. Missing item, album of the postmortem photographs. Token, postmortem photograph. Details, reference material for a book about traditional practice in Mount Hikami area. Bad location, but minimal. danger anticipated. Client is an acquaintance. Result: found in a old building of abandoned inn. Shadow attempted to drag Yuri toward the Netherworld. Should have gone along. Must warn Yuri to stay away from the mountain. Art of the shadow reading. Shadow reading is the ability to read traces of the past, not unlike the ability commonly known as chemistry. By following these traces, it is possible to find things that have gone missing, or which were no longer visible, things that are demonstrably when you read it in your head but you can't speak it through your tongue. Blah. Demonstrably there but for reasons unknown are all but invisible. Things the owner wished to be forgotten. Things whose owner have passed away. Things that no longer wish to be seen. Things drawn part way into the netherworld, invisible within our own. Such items can be called back to the world of the living. Unlike these objects, however, people who have been spirited away must not be chased after lightly. In many such cases, they have been taken by creatures to the netherworld who linger nearby. Utmost caution must always be applied. The letter from Fuyuhi. An open envelope has been left on the desk. This must be Fuyuhi's missing persons request. Maybe it could provide the clues to where Hisoka and Fuyi went. Dear Miss Kuwasawa, please find switching here and switching there. Alright. Please find Haruka. She went missing over a week ago. You do still take on missing persons cases, don't you? I've contacted the police, but they're no help. They say she was probably spirited away. Something... The police would say that? Would they? Haruka wouldn't have gone anywhere without telling me. I'm certain something bad has happened. I can handle my own grief, but I can't stand the thought of her suffering somewhere. What if she's waiting for me to find her? I'm worried sick. Haruka is still alive and I know it, but something has to be done, and quick. Remember when you found that precious picture of me and Haruka? I was so happy to have it. Now I need your help once again. There is a photograph within the letter. It shows Fuyuhi looking shy and another girl. They look close.
Hisoka. She must have gone to Mount Hikami to look for this girl. Mount Hikami. A place where many come to take their lives. I'm positive that Fuyuhi must have come here.
Mount Hikami. Fuyuhi is somewhere on this mountain. I should be able to use this picture to find her trace. Wait a minute. Really? Really, Yuri? You went to the mountain at nighttime? I have to find Fuyuhi. She might know something about Hisoka. don't have the Camera Obscura. Alright, good night, Jill. Thank you for joining us. Ooh, I love the waterfall in the back. The road has collapsed and the stairs are cut off. It must have been the landslide. The old road seems to carry up the edge of the cliff. Water flowing from the rocks have pooled here, forming a small pond. There's something on the ground. What an asshole ghost. Sometimes a ghost hand will appear when you try to reach for an object. Release the R2 at the right moment to dodge it. If you do get grabbed, use L, just waggle the control sticks to break their hold on you. A tourist brochure. I wonder if he dropped it. It has a map of the mountain. This should be very useful. So this is the way from the pool of purification to the unfathomable forest. Got it. So I'm here. I guess that's the unfathomable forest. The Shrine of Dolls. We got another Shrine of Dolls. There's the unfathomable forest right there. And there's Hikami Temple. Mikomori Pond. Mikomori Hot Springs. That's also the unfathomable forest. I guess all of that's the unfathomable forest. Forest station. The tunnel. Another station. Alrighty. We are on an adventure without our camera. An old stone monument has been set in the rocky hollow. It's covered in moss, so I can't tell if there's any writing on it. It must be a memorial for those who lost their lives in the landslide. There's something under the waterfall. You gotta purifying embers. Coals that light the forbidden flame. They dry you and remove the taint of the black water. The witness gauge to the lower right of the screen will light up when you come in contact with water. If you get drenched, you'll become an easy target for benevolent spirits. Use the purifying embers to dry yourself. Thankfully, he just dropped to her death. Something in the water. Oh, it's the Camera Obscura. Ahsoka's Camera Obscura. What's it doing here? You got Type 14 film. The effective of exercising ghost, and it takes a long time to load. You got the stun lens, a lens that forcibly staggers the photograph subject. To use it, equip it to your Camera Obscura and press square when you have enough spirit power. You got the switch upgrade. This allows you to equip and take pictures with different lenses. You can now use the Camera Obscura. Select film. Come on, move. Extra exorcism. The Camera Obscura has been carried here by the current. This means Ahsoka is on the mountain too. But I should focus on finding Fui first. She can't have gone far. On the cliff. nobody could survive a drop from this height. From here you can see a whole area below the waterfall. There's a shrine road wiped out by the landslide and the path that leads up here. Yeah, now that we got the Camera Obscura, let's go to this area really quick. A fence blocks the path. Beyond is an expanse of forest that doesn't appear to be any way around. Type 14 film. Himono entering the forest. Stone lantern along the road shrine have all been lit. There was someone by the shrine on the other side of the river. Was it Fuihi? Poor tortured soul. Among the dead leaves, it looks like Fuihi's heroes. I don't know what to do now that Haruka has gone missing. I can't do anything on my own. It's like I can't breathe. We've been close since we were children. Now she's gone. I realize how important she is to me. How irreplaceable. I can't stop thinking I could have done something when she left that day. Maybe if I'd said something, I could have stopped her from going. The waiting is unbearable. I should have been the one to disappear. It should have been me. If Haruka comes back, there's so much I want to tell her. I should tell her how I really feel before we end things together. Maybe she's already known for a long time. But I'll tell her anyway. I have to tell her. Hanged woman. New film in good condition. It is effective at exorcising ghosts. Oh. How long have I been here? I suppose it doesn't matter. I'm glad I decided to do things right and come here and die. This place feels right. I thought I might get lonely, but there are people here. People who aren't alive. This place may be as strange as people say. I heard children playing just now. I tried to get a look at them, but they ran off before I can get close. Did they come here on their own? Or were they left here? Earlier I heard the sound of a raspy breathing and running. After that, I heard a scream. I was scared and held my breath. I'm not scared of death, but that was terrifying. I saw a woman dressed in white today. She was draped in cloth, so I couldn't see her face. She seemed to stare at me for a while, then left. Which side is she on, I wonder? Will she be back? I saw her again. She turns up every day watching me. I feel her gaze, but not her presence. As soon as I noticed her, she disappears. She must be constantly watching me. I heard a voice, a mournful voice like screaming. No, like singing. It was a call of some kind, but not for me. Not yet. My time is yet to come. Everything I brought with me is gone. Now I have nothing. I like it here. Nothing matters now. This was the right choice. I'm glad I came. She will come soon. She will take me away. She's calling. I must go. Like, you gave me an open world segment. I don't know if I could just go follow a path so easily. I should go back to plot. In front of a shrine. Alright, let's get the suspicious, thingy thing. Where did I go? Dang it. Right over here. Oh, how deep can I go into the water? Pretty deep. I didn't think this game was going to be this free. Oh, I am literally surrounded. Watching the sunset makes me want to cry. I have no home to go back to. Nobody would be there if I went back. Everyone would be there, yet no one would. I know that now. That's why I came to the mountain. My grandma used to tell me never to go to the mountain at sunset, but my feet led me here. I chased the sun. It kept getting bigger. I couldn't stop. I felt the need to write something, so I'm scribbling this down. I had to go into the water. I had to write this first. I had to write something. What else should I write? She's calling to me. I have to go before the sun sets. I need to get Fuyuhi off the mountain. I like it here. I can die alone here. There's no one to stop me. I can take things slowly. A peaceful, dignified death. Life is nothing but misery and suffering. I'm sick of it. That's a sweet letter. All of these are very nice, little wholesome, sweet letters. Is it ground? No. Oh, is it up? I kind of still feel like exploring. Actually, I wonder if there... Oh yeah, okay, so we do have a map right here. Seems like there's another path around this pond. Deteriorating note. This place will do. No one will find me here. This will be the place just for me. I can melt away, bit by bit. I'll be like water, seeping into the ground. I won't be myself anymore. I'll be one with nature. Was I dreaming just now? A woman dressed in white was looking down at me. She looked like one of those shrine maidens I've heard about. I didn't have the strength to move, but she kept on watching me. She seemed harmless. I came here because I don't like people looking at me. They're always looking down on me. but being watched in my final moments felt strangely revealing. I'm glad I came here. Explore the woods are nice and calming. You got a mirror stone. A black stone that emits a mysterious light. If you run out of health, it will protect you. Oh. It shows that I can get through, but I can't get through. Alrighty, looks like I explored everything around there. Oh, shit. into this forest. Right there. Almost looks like a graveyard. Rocks have been blocked the road to the shrine. Maybe there's another way through. Have to find Fuyi. Don't mind me, I'm just 100%ing this map right now. Yep, there's Tent Man. He doesn't live in this tent anymore. echoes from the hole in the rocks. It's blowing up from the underground. The low howl of the wind sounds almost like somebody's voice. Japan has some crazy ass forest. The tales I read about Mount Hikami were true. I can't handle any more death. I've seen that girl hang herself over and over. I've had enough. When I try to run, I wind back here. I found myself mimicking her. My body moved on its own, just like that girl. I felt I was doing the right thing. As I hung there, my final thoughts was that death takes a long time to come. I watched the sunset. When I awoke, I was back here. I should already be dead. Will I be forced to see that sunset again? To go through it all again? I'm fading bit by bit. I must go. There's the tracking ghost. Oh. There's presents over there. goodness. This picture taking mode is pretty crazy. That was interesting, but okay. Countless dolls smile vacantly. The door is shut. It doesn't look like Fuyihi went into the shrine. Fuyihi's note 3. Haruka and I have been close since kindergarten. We sang a song together at graduation. It was called The Song of Memories. Haruka and I looked at each other when we sang together. And I'll never forget that. I think about those times a lot lately. They were the best. If I even hum that tune, I start to tear up. The girl watching from behind.
She's here on the mountain.
Have you seen her?
No, but she's here. I have to find her.
That we'd all die together.
When will we get the chance to join the others?
I'll go and look for Haruka. Let's go back.
To die alone in a place like this.
Oh my gosh. This way. There's something over here. Well, we took pictures of the kids behind the mask.
Ryuhi! Haruka, she's here.
There's something at the riverbank.
Ryuhi, where are you?
Close your eyes. Back to your
Oh, this was Hisoka's favorite.
cherry tree.
It must have been carried here by the river, just like the Camera Obscura. You got the evade upgrade. This allows you to detect threats capable of being dodged. Kui isn't here. Have to find her. If you touch a weakened ghost, it triggers a fatal glance, and you will see its memories. Did she say help? Yes, she is saying help me.
Haruka. Ryuhi. Ryuhi. Haruka. Ryuhi.
You've seen too much. You cannot leave the mountain. You will dissolve into nothing.
Tutorial. Tainted. Ghost attacks may leave you tainted by black water. If it happens, your health will continuously decrease. Use purifying embers to defeat all present ghosts to remove it. Or defeat all present ghosts to remove it. God. Ugh. Run away. Oh God, she's still following me. Well, I don't really feel like I'm going to be able to beat her, so... Let's just get out of here. The purifying embers are going to do nothing because it is pouring rain. Where did she go? That shrine maiden must have had something to do with Fuyi cutting her throat. I gotta get away before she finds me. Heading down the mountain before creepy lady kills me. I'm heading down the mountain before the shrine maiden kills me. Yabba dabba doo. Shrine maiden trying to kill me. Gabba ga gabba gay. Well, you know, everything's foobar. Hisoka is probably dead. Fuyihi just committed suicide, and you know, Haruka? Who knows what happened to her? It's too dangerous. I can't stay here. I have to go back now. There's a torn note lying on the ground that looks like Fuyihi's Minoto's. I looked into Mount Kami. It's always been a spiritual place. Not spiritual as in holy, but spiritual as in filled with the spirits of the dead. Maybe that's why it's a suicide spot. Haruka wouldn't go to die alone though. Not without telling me. The book said people get spirited away to the mountain. They get called towards it and disappear alone. I read how it calls to people who are perceptive, anxious, meek, and who lack family. My heart skipped a beat when I read that. It was describing Haruka perfectly. She's so kind and accepting. She always opens up to me. She's alert even when she seems to be spacing out. She knows what I'm lacking, what I'm thinking. Maybe she's spirited away. But where do people go when they're spirited away? The more I think about it, the scarier it gets. The more my heart starts pounding. Alrighty. While searching for her friend, Fuihi Himono ended up taking her own life. Having witnessed Fuihi's final moments, Yuri knows she wasn't alone when she died. What of the other woman who killed herself in the same way? Not to mention the mysterious shrine maiden, stolen from the rain. Yuri managed to locate Hisoka's Camera Obscura, along with a charm she always liked to wear. For now, she must return to the antique shop alone. Oh, I got an A ranking. I got a super score with that one. Goth ensemble. Let's look at this really quick. That's pretty cute. Swimsuit, blue. Well, we are constantly in the water, so let's see what this looks like. That's pretty cute. Black Lily. Let's see. I like the cutesy goth ensemble, but it just looks like it's too much. What does Punk look like? Oh, now she looks cool, but we'll go normal outfit still. Ren Hojo, the author who sent Hisoka to find the photograph, takes a closer look at the album. One photo catches his eye, and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with a Camera Obscura and Rui, his assistant. Third drop. Postmortem photography. Ren Hojo. Ren Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. He receives an album of postmortem photographs located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. Eager to delve further into this puzzling mystery, Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, bringing along his assistant, Rui Kagamiya.
Will you die with me?
Thank you, Olga.
Huh? She's beautiful, but she looks sad too.
Yeah.
Isn't she the type of woman that you get nervous around?
Yeah. There may be more of this stuff out there.
Shall I call Hisoka?
No, let's go there ourselves. It'll be quicker that way.
At this hour?
It won't take long.
So then, shouldn't you take the Camera Obscura? You haven't used it yet. This could be your chance. People say there's something off about that place.
Okay.
My Camera Obscura is on the desk. Hisoka sent it back after appraising it for me. I should take that shadow reading report with me, too. It may come in handy. Roy, always complaining about me leaving things on the sofa. You got the measure upgrade. This displays the current health of a locked-on enemy. There's an unfinished manuscript on the desk. It doesn't yet have a title. I'll need more materials to solidify the theme. Unfinished manuscript. Memorial portraiture. The act of photographing dead bodies was a practice in Western countries in 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. The bodies of recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom was made its way to Japan as well. Known as postmortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I have been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, which I found to contain a certain beauty lacking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave postmortem photography a special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then postmortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. To Renhojo, the camera you left me to look at is a device known as a Camera Obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural things, invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiques market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumors holds that to own a Camera Obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived many owners. While some aficionados do seek them out, the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortunes has had an impact on their value as antiques. My Camera Obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Hisoka Kurosawa. P.S. To cover your Camera Obscura is broken, but it seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'll sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I am happy to compensate. Please think it over. I left the shadow reading report on the sofa. I should take this with me just in case. The Maiden Slayer. Mount Hikami has been long steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghost. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, It was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with a maiden, and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Several days later, he returned with a torch and blade, and proceeded to brutally butcher all of the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each of the shrine maidens have been gouged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victims. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghost of shrine maidens, still drenched in those bloodied waters, have appeared on the mountain ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths. They followed the woman into the water and drowned themselves. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show that the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and that all rituals and rites ceased to be performed on that day. Harsh, all that strawberry jam and eyeballs. Rui's Journal 1. Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone for so long, he's incapable of housework. He can't cook, and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. He usually ends up asking Miss Kurosada, it is late, Kurosawa, for help. One time when I was trying to sort all of his books, there was one I couldn't find anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Miss Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own, then came back out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? That reminds me of one time. I was tidying up and I came across something I'd never seen before. It was like Miss Kurosawa said, the invisible became visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again. Something on the couch? Yes. Ooh, Yuri's report. Found an item report. Client Ren Hojo. Yuri Kusakata. Verified by Hisoka Kurosawa. Detailed request. Find the item's postmortem photography, formed, shadow readings, blah blah blah. Pretty much read that before.
It's almost sunset. We should hurry.
Yeah, let's go.
Oy oy oy.
There's a local superstition warning people not to go up Mount Hikami after dusk. If you climb the mountain in the twilight hours, it'll show you a different form. Its true form. Only those who wish to die come here at that time. I think that's the inn where the album was found. This must be Ichiru Manor. So, do you think you'll be able to use the Camera Obscura? I think you should try it out first, just to be sure.
Okay.
This type of camera obscura allows you to take multiple photos at once. Use the multi-shot. Taking multiple photos at once also helps get fatal frame shots. After a multi-shot, the camera obscura will take longer than usual to reload film. Keep in mind that multi-shots quickly use up a lot of film. Also, standard camera obscura lenses do not work with Ren's camera obscura.
Is the camera working?
Well, you look like you, so yeah.
Is that a good thing?
We should go.
I hear the older part of this inn, the part that's further back inside, it was part of some temple or shrine. After it became an inn, the proprietor's family lived here, but it doesn't look like anyone's been here. It was a massive landslide that hit Mount Hikami. Maybe they were all buried under the rubble. Hey, it looks like the album you asked for was found in the old building.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
An old three-story inn stands in silence. The landslide raced down the mountain and through the inn, dumping all it picked up into the pond. Drowned woman. Oh gosh. Rui is right beside us. That doesn't seem good. Must have been the wind. Woman in the shadows. Man in the shadows. Woman in the shadows. Waving hands in the dark.
I don't think this is the way to the place Hisoka mentioned.
The windows in this hallway have been nailed shut.
It should be around here. This must be the room where Hisoka found that album.
Yeah, it would seem so.
The man shrouded in darkness. The camera's reacting to something. Maybe I can see something through the viewfinder. Messy note. How long has it been since I lost everything? The mountain swallowed up half my inn. All I have left is that old album of post-modern photographs. The one left by my father. I don't even know who these photos are of, but it's the last vestige of a family I have. How long have I spent here? Wallowing in the darkness. It doesn't matter. I'll burn it all, and then there'll be only me. I think I'll end up in the observation room on the roof. The sunset is so lovely there. Using this note as a token, I might find a trace that will lead me to some info about that photograph. The man in the darkness. The alcove wall has come loose, revealing black soil behind it. This whole room must be buried. Oh yeah, that's right. I can upgrade my cameras.
According to the stories, after the landslide, the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor. They say he burned himself to death there, or that he threw himself into the lake.
A common enough story.
Tell me about it. Since then, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor veranda, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
See the water from the 1st floor through the gaps in the floor. I don't think I can get through here. I can't see anything outside the thick, frosted glass window. Perhaps the landslide buried the building even up to this floor. Oh, the vent. Messy note 2. Even before the landslide, there was always strange going-ons around here. Some years ago, 2 girls went missing on a college field trip. The police were stumped a few days later. One of the girls turned up again. seemingly out of mind. There were lots of theories, but most people believe they were simply spirited away. That girl came back each year to look for her friend, like some sort of pilgrimage. Countless people have gone missing here over the years. We're all used to it by now. My father was spirited away too, as was the folklorist Kiji Wadarai. Next it'll be my turn. I bet I'll vanish with the rest of them. I doubt anyone will think to come looking for me. Sync shot. Taking photos identical to the psychic photographs taken with the Camera Obscura can break seals blocking your access. This has gone from a tourist hotspot to a suicide hotspot, but I suppose that was always the case. This mountain and death go together, side by side. Mikomori was once known as the Grove of Shrine Maidens, a sacred grove where the mountain maidens oversaw the death of pilgrims, easing their passage to the other side. I like that. I envy it. I wish someone would be there to see me off. Was that the man who wrote this note? Maybe I'll find something upstairs.
Rui, are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
Transfixed by sunset.
Into the setting sun.
The sunset beckons. It's calling me into the water. This is the right thing to do. I guess Ruru is trapped behind that door. staring at something. The whole room is charred. That man must have left something behind. If he did, he'll likely be
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
Rui! Rui! What's wrong? Is something there?
Woman in the netherworld.
What were you doing? Can't you remember anything? Let's go home.
You cannot leave the mountain. Look. You will dissolve into nothing.
photographs was assembled by a folklorist who lived in the mountain. His name was Kiji Watari. He became fascinated by the custom and moved to Mount Hikami to study how it spread through Japan. My father seemed to take an interest in these photographs as well. Strange foreign customs always fascinated him. While he was running in the inn, he helped Watari collect postmortem photographs from the nearby town. On Mount Hikami, water itself was deified. It seems like Watarai wanted to get a deeper understanding of this unique outlook, so he set up a house in the forest to experience it firsthand. It was greatly aided by my father, who had already set up the inn by that point. He remodeled it from an old, unused shrine. I think he thought the extra religious heft would help attract more visitors. One day, the folklorist went missing. Several people formed a search party, but they were unable to find a trace. Even the road to his house seemed to have been lost in the woods. My father scoured the mountain too, but all he found was that photo album. He was soaking wet when he got back. I remember he was acting strangely. His eyes has this curious glint, almost like he's been possessed by something. The next thing I knew, my father went missing as well. I'd forgotten about the photos until I found them in the old building after the landslide. But now I understand why my father left. Watarai too. These photos are so beautiful. Kiji Watarai, a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. Hisoka probably has some books about him. We should get back, Rui. Needs rest. The photo album left behind by the innkeeper was put together by a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. As Ren and Rui explored the inn and traced the spirit of its owner, a ghost tried to lure Rui to suicide. Then, through the pouring rain, an ominous shine maiden appeared. Ren and Rui left the mountain with more questions than when they started. That was pretty spiffy. Postmortem photography. Interlude. Shadow reading. Yuri Kuzukata. With Hisoka still missing, Yuri recalls what she witnessed on the mountain. Fuhui taking her own life while entranced by a malevolent spirit, and the bodies of dead shrine maidens washed up at the pool of purification. These disquieted images leave Yuri with no doubt that Mount Hikami houses some kind of horrifying secret. Yuri takes the Camera Obscura that she found on the mountain and begins searching for a token that will lead her to Hisoka.
Suicide, huh? There was no body, right? And you said, what was it? That lots of women's bodies washed up afterwards? I think there have been reports saying something like that before. Oh, well. I'll see what I can find out tomorrow.
Alrighty, it is 1 o'clock. And I am going to call it quits right here. Thank you for watching, and you have a great night.